What if the truest symbol of faith wasn't in a temple or a holy book, but crawling across your ceiling right now? Geckos, tiny, gravity defying creatures that show up everywhere, from temples in Thailand to porches in Texas. Across the world, people have seen something divine in them. Yes, geckos, survivalists, shapeshifters, and unlikely spiritual icons. If you've ever looked at religion and thought, wait, what? You're in the right place. Geckos live everywhere, in temples, deserts, jungles, and city walls. Some see pests, others see protectors. In many cultures, they're symbols of luck, renewal, and spirit. Maybe because they shed their skin, regrow their tails, and somehow cling to ceilings as if gravity's just a suggestion. Look closer, and they might tell us more about faith and resilience than 1,000 sermons ever could. Welcome to Around the World of Faith for the spiritually curious and the beautifully uncertain. Religion often builds faith on perfection, the flawless God, the pure soul, the sacred text that never errs. But the gecko, it's awkward, sometimes tailless, and still keeps going. It doesn't preach or pray, it adapts. Maybe that's the real miracle. Faith that sticks, not floats away. Across cultures, geckos just keep showing up. In Thailand, locals say their nighttime chirps bring luck or warn of danger. In Bali, carved on temple doors, they guard homes from chaos. In Israel, they dart across desert walls like silent prophets of persistence. In Kuwait, in scorching heat, they remind us that life adapts. In India, their calls are said to predict the future, tiny omens of fate. In Cyprus, the Greeks saw them as symbols of renewal, shedding and regrowing. And in Texas, less mystical maybe, but still sacred, clinging to porch lights through 110-degree nights. From Buddhist temples to texts and porches, people keep finding meaning in these little lizards, fragile, persistent, clinging to impossible surfaces, and somehow still here. So, what do these wall-crawling preachers have to do with faith after religion? Keep listening. My story with geckos isn't academic, it's personal. I've spent countless nights watching them on walls in Thailand, Bali, Cyprus, Israel, and even Texas. They'd show up after dark just doing their thing. No drama, no doctrine, just being. Leaving organized religion, I began to hear something I'd forgotten, the quiet rhythm of simply existing. At night, I'd lie in bed, listening to their calls, some deep-throated like the Balinese tokek, most high and shrill, the sound of the gecko. Somehow it felt like prayer without words. I searched for them in school hallways, behind picture frames, and unfortunately found them smashed in door frames or hunted by one of my cats. So when my wife and I got matching gecko tattoos, it wasn't random. For me, the gecko meant survival with style, shedding old skins, old beliefs, and still finding beauty in what comes next. The tattoo wasn't rebellion, it was remembrance, that I can lose parts of myself and still live, still love, still cling to light. Please like, subscribe, and share with fellow travelers. But stay with me, because the gecko doesn't just survive, it transforms. Religion once taught me that faith meant believing the impossible, but the gecko taught me that faith might mean just trusting the process. It doesn't fight gravity, it works with it. It doesn't seek heaven, it thrives on walls. It doesn't fear change, it expects it. Maybe that's the kind of faith we need after religion, the gecko kind. Faith that sticks when life gets slick. I don't worship geckos, but I respect what they represent: adaptability, quiet persistence, unapologetic weirdness. In a world obsessed with certainty, I'll take the lizard that just keeps crawling. If your faith ever fell apart, but you're still searching for something real, you're not alone. Let's build a new kind of faith, not in systems or scriptures, but in survival, wonder, and the small miracles hiding in plain sight. Drop a comment. Tell me where you've seen geckos or what creature carries comfort for you. Thank you.